guys, how are you?
Hey, Perry.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good. It's Monday morning. We're
Monday.
still tired as ever. We didn't take the weekend off.
I know. I'm tired too.
We must
I'm
have a
tired too.
death wish. And now, today, we got a very serious conversation to have. You guys know we love to joke and cut up and act a fool on this channel. This is what we do. But we're not scared to tackle the hard issues. And today, Kanye's making a mess. We got to talk about what's going on with him. It's all falling apart. I don't even know how to say it, for his political choices. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about what this means for the Kardashian family and how they're trying to get out of his mess. Because don't bring me down with you. No. Then we're talking about, as a whole, the effect that it's having on their children. The people don't even think about that. If I act a fool and I'm in the public eye, my kids can pay a serious price. Thank you, Renee. I got the banner at the bottom because this might get heated because it involves politics. And you know how people are about their politics. Well, maybe not, because it's not who you should vote for. It's what he's doing to destroy his own life. Then we're going to talk about Blac Chyna being caught accused of trafficking. It's crazy. Supporting this lovely. Oh, thank you, baby,
Thanks, baby girl.
Listen, if we didn't know we had support before this weekend, when we had to tackle that whole Love After Lockup, I don't even watch that show situation. You guys came out. I appreciate.
They did.
They did. You guys supported us like you wouldn't believe. And so we appreciate it. Let's do roll call really quick. This is this little sick thing I like, because I like to show where we're getting our support from. People are coming in from all over. So let's do a roll call really quickly. Just put in the chat where you're from. Chicago.
Rookie roll call, who's on that line? What's up?
Oh my God. Let's see. The People's Channel. It sure is.
Yep.
Oh my God.
We got Ohio in the house.
Brooklyn,
Chicago,
Galveston, Chicago again, Oklahoma,
ATL in the house, DC,
Jersey, love Jersey. Ooh,
Phoenix.
Amsterdam. Now that's a long way away. Georgia, Seattle, Washington. That's pretty. Iowa's in the house. Maryland, Florida. Oh, they're going so fast. Alabama. Yeah. Davenport, Florida.
Dinwiddie, Virginia.
Dinwiddie. Can I get that? I missed it. You guys are from Dinwiddie. It's right. It's
North Carolina in the house, baby. Yes, sir.
A suburb. St. Louis, Rhode Island, San Diego, the Buckeye State,
Australia,
Ohio, Kenya. Let me put this.
Australia,
it went so fast. Kenya, Mississippi, Honolulu,
Mount Vernon.
Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's in the house. That's near where me and Perry used to live.
Yeah.
Miami. Sharrell, stop, slow it down. Okay, I seen that, V. Let me slow it down. Sharrell, stop, slow it down. All right, I'll stop. They're going fast. But you guys, we appreciate it. You guys represented
Virginia
this weekend.
Beach. Yep.
You're coming from all over. And I appreciate it. Let me do this.
You truly do.
Hold on, V. I'm going to make you and Andrea's life easier. Give me 1 second. Oh, hold on.
Memphis, Arkansas.
Okay, hold on. I got to do this. It is going very fast. I'm trying to slow it down. Okay, I won't do that anymore.
Richmond, our old stomping ground.
Someone's in Richmond?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Jank Road, baby. Jank Road, huh?
No. Did you just say Jank Road? They know what you're talking about. That is crazy. Midlothian Turnpike.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put on. Slow it down. Hold on, V. Okay, there. I slowed it down, guys. Sorry. I forget.
We got your hometown in the house. Detroit's in the house.
Detroit. Oh, I love it. Detroit every day.
Cincinnati.
So, Thank you, guys. Oh, Buzz, she's from Detroit. So I appreciate it coming, all the support, Canada, all over the world. Thank you, Heartland, Texas, Cincinnati, Marion County. That's in San Francisco, up in the Bay Area.
Boston in the house.
North Carolina. Perry, we've been to Asheville, haven't we?
Yeah.
When we lived there? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, guys. So let me go into the serious conversation. And like always, people are allowed to feel any way that they feel, but this might really ruffle some feathers. Okay, so this weekend, no, I believe it was Friday, Kanye West came out and apologized for his anti-Semitic, I hope I said that right, remarks, basically affecting Jewish people. Okay, they were really, really upset with him. So he came out and apologized.
Say to those families that are hurt, I really want to give you guys a big hug, and I want to I say I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments, and I want to word it in not in like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up, in a sincere way. You know how people give those kind of, I want to give an apology, and you're like, but did you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, no, it has to be, I want to go to every person's grandmother and grandfather and every person's son and daughter, aunt and uncle, and give them a hug and say, you know what? I've been hurt, and I do want you to talk to your boys. I do want you to talk to the people that are in power, the people who do own the black voice, the people who do own the the vote, which a lot of Jewish business people do. And I want to be able to sit at the table with the contracts. I want my people to sit at the table with the contracts. I do want all of this, but I'm not going to hold my apology hostage till I get that. I'm going to start by taking accountability for my actions.
All right. It was really a shitty apology.
Why the fuck you lying? Look, why? No, like, apologies to be, hey, I apologize, I was wrong. With these words, I'm sorry to the people I hurt. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah. Well, that apology was really shitty. It was really shitty. But whether it was sincere or not, thank you, Linda, for the super chat. Whether it was sincere, fake, what people don't understand is Jewish people, and I've said this so many times, people don't believe me. Jewish people they run Hollywood. It is what it is. You could say it's unfair. I don't care. It is what it is. Jewish people run Hollywood, just like in Beverly Hills. People think white people or a lot of white people live in Beverly Hills. No, it's mostly the really rich Arab people come over. They dominate Beverly Hills. They have their big Rolls Royces and stuff. So if you don't know anything about Hollywood and you just watch it on TV, you'll have the wrong perspective of how it really is. He had to come out and say something because Jewish people run Hollywood. Not only that, they don't play when it comes to someone being anti-Semitic. They just don't. So he apologized. Did it mean anything? Not one damn thing. Okay. And they will. What they have done is they have come together as Jewish people. See, this Kanye is done. As Jewish people, they have these, what do you call it? Well, they've all come together and they thought of the plan. And the plan was they're going to go out to influential people, right? Where Kanye makes his money, and they're going to talk to him. Okay. Basically, you shouldn't work with him. Look what he said. Look what he's done. They reached out to rappers. This weekend, Anna Wintour came out and said that she's done working with Kanye on a permanent basis. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe trick.
Yeah, I mean, and basically what you're saying is short, though. The Jewish community came together and they got together and said,
"Oh hell no!" Yeah, they said, "Oh hell no!" They came together, and they're really good at coming together and being a unit. They went to then all of a sudden, people start coming out verbally saying they're done with Kanye. That's Anna Wintour. If you don't have a relationship with Vogue, you don't have a relationship in the fashion industry. She's that powerful. And she's been around for years. You know, the lady with the little bob and the bangs. Balenciaga came out. This was an important sponsorship with business. It's not a sponsorship. They had a business relationship with Kanye. They've dumped him. His attorney, Camille Velasquez, she happens to be Johnny Depp's attorney, said she's done.
Yep.
Okay. There are rappers coming out against Kanye. They just put together a business plan. That's how I look at it, and said, no, you're done. You don't know how to act when you're in the spotlight and when you're famous. So we're done. We're done with you. Okay. Mm-hmm. You would think that Kanye would stop when you are getting blackballed in Hollywood. Yeah. Adidas cancel them. It's a whole bunch of people came out, not just people he had contracts with, people that had influence. Okay. So you would think he would stop. He's not stopped. He has not stopped. So remember last week, even Donald Trump came out and distanced himself from him. Now the rumor is that's just in public. He still plans on supporting his campaign. And that's why they're not stopping their crazy rhetoric. Thank you, Michigan Red. Michigan. You guys know I'm from Detroit. He didn't stop the rhetoric. Because I'm like, what? No, he's still allegedly working on the Trump campaign. Not only that, it seems to be working. This is crazy. It's really crazy. So, there was shall I call it a rally, a group of Jewish people that were saying, distributing their displeasure in, here we go, in Kanye. But now, some odd way, he has got the support of the white supremacists. This is so crazy. They came out. It's the craziest thing I heard of. Why have you guys forgot? You don't like black people or Jews? They're supporting Kanye West.
Sharrell, that's why I go back and say this from the beginning.
It's
People
crazy.
say it's bipolar.
What is happening?
Kanye knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He know how to take a group of people and their thoughts and manipulate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just came out here and just threw that stuff out there for the praise from the Nazi people.
Look, someone said in the chat, here it is. He apologized to the Jewish people, but not the blacks. No, we have not heard one apology. But how do you get white supremacists? I thought the whole idea of being a white supremacist is you don't like black people. Now they're coming out in support. What?
They like a token, though.
That's
where you can't get it confused. They like the token. And they figure if he gonna be the fool, they might as well back him. That's all I'm saying.
They don't like black people. They come out in support of Kanye West. Make it make sense. This is a mess.
You know how Forrest Gump said, I was running and kept running and running? They want him just to keep being a fool, being a fool, being a fool. They don't really like him. They just using him for his foolery.
Okay, so that's what's going on. I agree with you, Perry. But but he's not doubling down. He apologized to the Jews. Now he has a new slogan. Him and Candace is supposedly allegedly helping the Trump campaign too. Now their thing that they're saying is they feel sorry for the straight white man. Just listen to this.
Saying like there's nobody that gets judged more than a straight white male. The straight white male has the least amount of a platform to even speak. A straight white male can't say, my wife hurt me today, because people will say, well, you're hurting women. A straight white male can't say, hey, a black employee didn't come in to work on time, because then people will say you're racist. A straight white male can't speak on a homosexual person because they'll say you're homophobic.
What? Huh? Wait, hold on, Perry. Hold on. They're both pushing this new ideology. I hope I said that right. Here we go.
Now somehow gotten into this society where people are pretending what we're doing is equality and it's not. If we have ever achieved equality in this country, then you wouldn't blink if anybody says Asian lives matters, no one blinks. Black lives matter, no one blinks. But white lives matter, they fell apart, right? They fell apart because they actually, and I will stand by this as much as I possibly can, and I will be the loudest voice, the actually worst thing to be in this society, if one thing I would not want to be, is a straight white male. For some reason, that's considered problematic, right?
Well, you ain't got to worry about it because you would never be a straight white male. And, you know, and when she says, and people come out and say Asian lives matter, nobody blink. Black lives matter. Black lives matter, nobody blink. See, Candace, that's where you're lying. Why the fuck you lying? People were all kind of upset. What do you mean by that? Now, how can she say that? And being a straight white male, ain't nothing wrong with it. But where are they getting this from? They want to judge, oh, well, the straight white male is being criticized. What about the Asian people? Spanish people, the Black
What about
people,
that? What about that?
all these years. And when they walk into a store, all the surveillance cameras turn on them. Candace, Kanye, please. You know, enough is enough. I mean,
but here's the crazy part, Perry. I laughed when he was trying to reach the white supremacists, but it worked.
Right. It don't
what if
much.
This works? So now he wants to get more straight white men who feel that they don't have a voice. I don't know how they don't feel they have a voice, but is that same kind of group of the white supremacists? He's just wording it different.
What you mean? Say it again.
Now that he's saying he feels sorry for the straight white male, is he still trying to reach this white supremacist audience and reword that?
Right. He trying to meet everybody. He trying to meet. I mean, throw this out for everybody outside the minorities. He's trying to buy favoritism. I said nice things about everybody. Can you like me?
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he said it when his apology. I don't want to say it from just the individual standpoint. I want to say it presidential.
He said presidential. Child.
Come on, man. You know what? Sometimes just be a father in your own home before you start reaching out to all these things.
Well, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to how it's affecting the children. That's crazy. Anyway, this threw the Kardashians into have an emergency meeting this weekend. They had to have an emergency meeting because you're pissing off powerful people, the Jews, all the name brands, Black people. They don't want to be associated with this. So they got together this weekend and made a plan. It's a smart plan for Kris Jenner. She personally went around to all of their sponsors to distance themselves from all of this. That's smart. The girls came out with a public apology saying that they don't have anything against the Jewish people. They met with the Jewish people in Hollywood. Kris, I keep forgetting her name, is in full-on damage control, and I don't blame her. You have to distance yourself from Kanye, or you'll be included. You're the mother of his children, Kim. You're the mother-in-law. You will get included and wrapped up in this mess. So why a lot of people say bad things about the Kardashians, I feel that they have to distance themselves.
Yep.
Not only that, it's getting very dangerous. We heard last week that Kim upped her security for the kids' school. When it comes to politics, it gets so emotional. You know what I mean?
Right.
That somebody could take it out on his kids. I think they did a smart thing by distancing themselves, coming out, verbally saying they have nothing against Jewish people. In other words, I'm not a part of that mess. Then it's also being reported that Kim had a 3-hour lunch with Ivanka Trump. So I don't know if that's a part of her campaign too, is to make everybody realize I'm not a part of this, because that would be kind of crazy, since the rumor is they're doing this because they want to be a part of the Trump campaign. I don't know what's going on. I'm just putting the facts out there. Not only that, this is leading to a bigger problem at home. Oof, Jesus, with their family, their children. Okay, so the word is that Kanye went to North's basketball game this weekend. The word is he's extremely close to North. He loves all of his children, and maybe because she's like the oldest or something like that, he's really close to North. Not only that, they said he has a huge influence over North, and they don't want him putting crazy thoughts into her head or any of the children, which I don't blame them. On top of that, did you guys? They're saying that North is extremely what's the word I'm looking for? She's used to having her way. Help me with these words, Perry?
Spoiled.
She spoiled. They're saying she's used to having her way. She's already got a I can have anything I want problem. There's a word for it, guys. It's just not creeping into my head. Yeah. We've had Kylie Jenner, the aunt, come out and say that North is obnoxious and arrogant. Well, your own aunt is saying you're obnoxious. So they already have a problem with North. People are calling her spoiled, and she's hard to get along with. She doesn't consider anybody's feelings. She's taken to dressing like Kanye, and people are saying she's going to be a big headache or a lot of trouble the older that she gets. Now, I'm not trying to talk about anyone's children. It's just is what it is. Do you see her as being a problem, Perry? Is there something you think they need to do about North now?
It could be some adjust. I mean, if you see a pattern with any kid, like they starting to veer off to the left too
Entitled.
much,
That's
to the
the
right.
word I was looking for. Thank you, Dorothy. Sorry. They're saying that North is entitled. Go ahead.
Right. And at a certain point, you got to try to guide them to the better spot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's still a child. She can change. But I mean, you got to do something. You can't just keep doing it over and over.
But here's the thing. I had a conversation earlier with V and Andrea. It's not so. Listen, when I think of something, I think of both sides. That's just how my brain works. Okay, so look at this, Josie. I think of both sides. So it's not that I'm supporting the opposite side. I'm just saying I want conversation about it. If you are rich and famous, everywhere you go, your parents are being photographed. You have unlimited amounts of money. So I'm thinking of my kid. No, let me just say, so if you are a parent with a lot of money, you live that kind of lifestyle. How do you live the lifestyle but not let it affect your children? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Well, no, I get what you're saying. To a certain, you're saying, okay, like if I got money, of course I might buy them extra things somebody else might not do, right? But it's not the financial thing; it's the morals behind it. You got to teach them, hey, you know what? How to be proper. Just because people videotaping you don't mean, taking pictures everywhere you go that you can act like an idiot, right? I mean, you still got to teach them how to conduct themselves.
But how do you do that? How do you do that? Listen, they can't have friends. The minute the Kardashian gets a friend, that friend becomes famous too. Just because that's their lifestyle. So how are you going to tell your child, don't spend a lot of money on, I don't know.
Okay, no, but I'm going back. Is it about the money or is it about the basics, having morals and, being polite, doing the things, living right? A child can have every damn thing and still be grounded.
But Perry,
I mean, to a certain degree.
Going to private schools, when you have your own security follow you, when limousines come and pick you up at school, how am I not going to let that affect me? That's my life.
I get it. And it will be a hard life. I mean, for me, I know it's crazy when people say, hey, how can having all this money be a hard life? It's not the life I grew up. Because
that's another thing. You grew up that way, but they get to the point they can't even relate to somebody that has to work a 9 to 5. They don't know what that's like.
I'm understanding what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I mean, being a parent is a hard damn thing.
Yeah.
Whether you got money or broke, it's just a hard thing to do. Because with one child, you can
compensate,
spoil them, like give them more money. And to one child, it might affect them differently. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. So I can't really say, but I'm just saying, but if you see something going on, I think if the parents noticing it or, talking about to notice something, you should try to correct it in some kind of way. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I don't know. I mean, I see both sides, but you're saying rich or not, you're still the parent.
Right.
So you have to teach them the best way you can. And maybe they'll get it, maybe they won't. I feel
Right.
like it's very, very hard to relate to a latchkey kid that has to come home from school. Their mom's not there and they got to do the dishes. They don't have that experience.
Right. I
Which
get
will
it.
make you a responsible person. Because I know my mom made me. I was a latchkey kid. My mother was at work. I used to come home, had to clean the house, had to do my chores. And then if it didn't get done, all hell broke loose.
Right.
So how do you do that with a rich kid? You don't even have to do the dishes.
Well, see, yeah, I get what you're saying, but like
Yeah.
to be kind, it don't have nothing to do with money. To be, showing yourself as being respectful, don't have anything to do with money. A broke kid can be kind and respectful. A rich kid can be kind and respectful. I think when you let little things go by and you don't check them, right, and be like, hey, you know what though? Even though you blessed with all these things, you shouldn't criticize others who don't have it. Right? I'm saying, I don't know. I mean, like I said, being a parent is a hard thing.
Yeah.
I can say this and shit. I mean, I don't know. Raising kids is hard.
It's hard, especially if you
Yeah.
have a lot of money and they feel entitled. All right. And speaking, so anybody around the Kardashians will get labeled famous, get perks from their lifestyle. It is what it is. They're that famous and that
Right.
how it is, including where's the article here? Including Blac Chyna. So Blac Chyna is being accused. Hold on, guys. Let me find the article of oh my God, this is so crazy. Let me put this on the screen. Of trafficking. You know what I mean, you guys,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
say a TikToker by the name of Ava Louise is alleging that Blac Chyna kidnapped her and put her into trafficking. This is
Damn.
really, really crazy. And Blac Chyna is served her a cease and desist and said that is absolutely not true. But here's the thing: this woman has a TikTok page with over 600,000 or followers, and what she does is she'll say something to be in the news and won't stop until she gets a cease and desist. So she's straight out lying on people and making up things. She already said that Kanye West had a gay relationship with Jeffree Star. This is no, and it's working. People are listening to her. Let me give you an example. This is so crazy of what she's doing. In a sense, I mean, money or no money, they're victims at the. Do you agree they're victims? They're
Who?
kind of victims.
Who victims?
Like
The people.
Kardashians. Okay, let me see how this works.
Yeah. I mean, they could be in certain things. Like I think everybody's gonna go after them for fame. You know what I'm saying? Whether they got to abuse them, talk shit about them, lie on them. Yeah, I mean, you can say it from that standpoint, but I think we all are at a certain point in life
What do you mean? I'm trying
are
to get.
victims. I mean, people come after everybody for different reasons. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
Like,
you
so
are
I'm not
so
gonna put a
right.
big medal on there and tag them as just being that. But I guess people do go out there and just make videos and do this because believe it or not, people, a cease and desist from a big person like that give you views. And so maybe that's what you're saying this person does. They just go from one thing to the next.
Even on our small level, you have people that will try to ride off of your audience. They'll make videos about you. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
I want you to hear what she said about Blac Chyna.
I don't have time to go into the details, but Chyna and I met on Instagram. As you can see, we were DMing. I ended up sending her my number. She FaceTimed me at 3 a.m. LA time. My best friend, Alex Marker, was on the FaceTime call as well. As you can see, Blac Chyna follows my best friend, Alex Marker, on Instagram. So while Chyna was FaceTiming with me and Alex, she invited me over to her house at 4 a.m. In hindsight, going to Blac Chyna's house at 4 a.m. was probably stupid, but I'm me. I love a good adventure, and come on, who's gonna turn down going to Blac Chyna's house and meeting Dream Kardashian? Long story short, I get there, I have to sign an NDA, but this NDA was unlike any other NDA I've ever signed in my life. I had to put down all kinds of identifying features about myself on this NDA, like my eye color, my hair color, my height, what I was wearing. I was like, okay, this is really strange. Right after I signed the NDA is when Chyna very intimidatingly said, all the stories you read about me kidnapping people are true.
This is just ridiculous.
She said they are true.
They're true. Yeah, and then she goes on to say that Chyna kidnapped her and put her in a sex ring, and she had to escape.
Right. Okay.
This same woman is.
You said she got. Okay, go ahead.
Let me show you how thirsty she is. I remember one time she licked a toilet for attention, and she's not the only one out there. Unfortunately, celebrities are vulnerable to clout chasers.
Right.
And people believe the stories. That's even worse. What are you going to say, Perry?
No, I'm just saying. You said she got 600,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
She looked older than 18 to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she
must have a license or got, some kind of mental state to go to somebody's house at 4 a.m. to go through all these documents and sign them. But somebody kidnapped you?
You're saying it doesn't sound believable. Perry, you are a man in his 50s. I think you could pick up on this. But these young people believe this stupid stuff. They believe it. That's why they have to send them cease and desist. When she said that Kanye West had a gay relationship with a gay sexual relationship with Jeffree Star, Kris Jenner had to serve her with a cease and desist. These people are thirsty and wild. Yeah, it is disgusting. It's disgusting. Do we take advantage of people just because they have money? Yeah, they get taken advantage of all of the time. Ain't nothing they can do it. On top of Kanye running around, putting their businesses in danger. It's just a mess.
But she never mentioned how she escaped, though.
No, she doesn't. She saved that. She saved that for part 2.
Oh, her escape.
It's ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. I don't know what to do. But the Kardashians and the Wests, they got a lot going on. And I think that we all need to keep our eye on Kanye because he's trying to affect people's vote. Straight up. He wants people to vote a certain way. Hey, Andrea. So what do you want to sound off on first?
Okay, I want to sound off on Foolish Food. Fear man Kanye. Foolish Food. He don't apologize to everybody else, but he ain't apologized to us or anybody else or culture. Yeah. I'm sick of him. I'm tired of him. He needs to go and set his blackness, I said it, blackness down. My opinion, not Sharrell. Okay? He needs to go sit down somewhere. He is an embarrassment. Every time he opened his mouth to nothing but a bunch of mess. And the reason why the white supremacists are talking to him, because they know that he is a fear hand, my opinion, that they can use him and make him act a fool. Okay? That's what they do. And he's playing right in their trap. And Candy Owens, let me ask you a question, Candace. What you needed the black people when you was in high school, when you was suing your high school for calling you names, the N-words. You needed the NAACP then. You need when you were trying to sue them. All the black people back then when you were in high school supported you. Okay? That's how you play the game. Now your blackness have left. Now the Kardashian and the kids. Let me tell you something. You are a parent first. And when your child get out of hand, I don't care if they rich or not rich, you need to chastise them and tell them what right and wrong is. Beyonce kids don't act like that. Angela Jolie kids don't act like that. And they got plenty of money. It is up to you to be a parent. You are a mother. You have to teach your kids right from wrong. And if you do not teach them right from wrong, they grow up to be ugly teenagers and then ugly adults.
What I'm going to present the other side to you, Andrea. They can't control all the material things that they have, all the people taking pictures of them when they leave. That's going to affect you somehow.
But they
say Kanye is a major influence.
But you can't say that because Jolie, Beyonce, they go through the same things. You have to set your child down and say, this is what's going to happen. This is how you need to carry yourself. You have to teach your kids. You have to teach them. Are you just gonna let them come out and say stuff crazy just like mom and daddy? Because if you do, the people are gonna have the camera eye on you.
Answer my question.
Oh.
They are raised with a certain lifestyle. They don't know what it's like to go to work. So how does that not affect you?
The only thing I can say is this, Sharrell, okay? You have to be taught how to handle yourself so you can teach your kids how to handle themselves. You the one that got out here in public. You know what the public is going to do and what the public is going to say.
You're saying if they act better, them kids would act better.
Exactly. Thank you.
And also, Sharrell, like it's like a double-edged sword, right? Like I just think anytime you in one of these situations, because like they got all this money, you saying the material things, but when they get these things, you got to spend extra time just to ensure that they do not treat other people ugly, right? Or just because you get these things, do not let these things go to your head. Feel blessed for it. It's just like even when you a broke parent growing up, you got to give extra attention to your child to let him know, you know what, regardless of what you wear, you important.
Exactly.
And on the opposite side, you got to let them, just because you got this, you still need to behave and respect people.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Bonji, what do you want to say? It sounds like Andrea going to take out a belt herself. And
girl, you know how, look, let me say this and I'm going to get out. You know how us people down in South here, son, we put that belt on your butt quick, fast, and hurry.
Bye, Andrea. Thank you. Bonji, sound off.
Okay, let me start with the political stuff. Anytime that Kanye says anything that is anti-Jewish, that is hate speech.
That is, yep.
And it doesn't matter how much he tries to apologize or how many opportunities he's given to apologize. He is not genuine in whichever way he's trying to apologize. And from what I've read from this weekend, the reason why Johnny Depp's lawyer dumped him is because he was refusing to blatantly apologize and say what he is clearly apologizing for.
He apologized.
So I don't believe
are you saying that his
apology?
He
it's starting to slowly reveal itself, and people are starting to talk about it, that this is not mental illness talking. This is him and what he believes and what he's reading or is being told to repeat.
But Bonji,
I say this because
let me say this. He did apologize. How come you're acting like his apology doesn't mean anything?
White males being individuals who are being persecuted, or people are coming against white males in the early 2000s when I arrived in the United States. And it didn't make sense to me then, and it doesn't make sense to me now. And it is a blatant lie, because when we're talking about our society here in the United States, we're talking about systems and bureaucracies and organization that has been structured in a way to benefit what is called the majority race, which is white and Caucasian. So in this case, how can a system that is built in favor of them all of a sudden is now against them and they're on the losing end? And I'll answer my own question by saying there is this new theory that is now being peddled, and if you read up on this, it's called the replacement theory. Because we have been talking about breaking down systemic racism and the institutions that were built with the foundation being systemic racism, people are now arguing and saying, okay, if people are going to argue for equity, if people are going to argue for diversity, so we need to come up with a theory to counter that. And the theory that they're using is replacement theory, which is sowing hate in anyone who is not a person of color, because its foundation is that America is becoming diverse and America is not staying white. So anybody, whether it's immigrants or anyone moving into the US who is not white, is reproducing to the point where they're going to replace the white race. That's where all this stuff is coming from.
I got
and
it.
They're trying to make us forget that in 2 weeks we need to go to the polls and vote. And why do I say voting is important? It is because if you don't vote, either whichever party you vote for, control of the Senate and of the House is up for grabs. So that means that whoever is in charge of whether it's the House, any investigations currently going on are out the window.
Let me hear something from you, Michelle. What did you want to add to that conversation?
Sharrell, thank you for having me, Sharrell. But am I staticky?
No, not at all.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about the kids north. They say that Courtney has the worst behaving kids, actually.
I just heard that they hit people. And
they scratch the nannies, and then on the Hulu on the Kardashians, what's his name? Chris's boyfriend. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Corey.
Yeah, he said that he was like, if your kids hit me, I'm gonna hit them back. And Scott got really upset.
Well, do you feel that this is Scott and Courtney's fault? Because Perry's saying you got to parent better when your kids are acting.
I don't think that the Kardashian Jenners were parented either. I mean, they dropped out of school, most of them. They didn't want to go to school. They homeschooled. Like, they were always fighting. They cursed. I mean, they have just come on now. At the end of the day, allegedly, Kris watched the video of the tape with Kim and Kanye and chose the best one. So what type of parent? I mean, you have had to have been parented to be a parent.
Damn. Okay. Vanji, what else would you want to find out?
If Donna was still alive, Donna didn't act like that. And I don't think she would have accepted that behavior.
The other thing, can I say one more thing about the parenting part?
They're saying it's an echo, so make it quick. They're saying it's an echo.
Oh, sorry. So when you're a parent, it's one thing to tell your child what to do. It's another thing for them to watch you model what you're telling them. And in this case, those kids are not seeing any modeling from the parents or the grandmother or the great-grandmother or the other grandmother who used to be, you know what?
Yeah. So you agree with Perry?
100%.
Bonji, I'm going to drop you because you're having sound problems. Okay. Hi, Diva.
Hey.
We got some crazy situations going on. What do you want to add to first?
Well, I'll say this. I got nothing else to say about Kanye West. He's just problematic, and I'm done with him. It is what it is, right? In terms of North, North almost came out the womb this way. Remember when she was a baby, and and she told the photographers, no pictures, back the camera up. The Kardashians live their life in front of the camera because that's how they make their money. And they do certain things in front of the camera. So she's modeling behavior. Unfortunately, what we've seen is not her fault. They said the apple don't fall too far from the tree, right? So, she's a result of her two parents mixed together, and it is what it is. Remember, her little cousin had to tell on her, Courtney's son, even though they seem to be out of control too, but Courtney's son had to tell on North. Remember, she was videoing the house and the closet.
So are you saying that what I'm saying, the other side of the coin is how could she not be this way? That's what she's raised in. That's her environment.
That's her environment, right? And of course, there's other people that grow up with money and they don't turn out this way, but they're not modeling, you know what I mean? They're not being raised. For instance, Beyonce kids, we don't never see them until they want us to see them, right? So they're not always out there in the open like that.
Perry, do you want to let loose on Diva? Because she's saying what I'm saying is like if this environment's going. Yeah. Do you want to let loose on Diva?
No. I'm saying I get what she's saying. She's just saying, and what you're saying too is just if it goes unchecked, that person gonna learn from their environment and keep going with it. I'm just saying this: when you get that kind of money and all this prestige and stuff, when you go about, you get to let the kid know, hey, you know what? This is great. We work for this and do this, but you still a human and you still get to give other people respect and
Perry,
don't down.
You can try.
But her daddy is not even giving nobody respect.
I know.
I mean, he's her role model.
I get it. I'm saying, but this can happen whether you're rich or whether you're poor.
True.
If you got a poor home and nobody's there to parent, and basically that's what you're saying. Everybody's so stuck in their careers that the kids sort of raising themselves, even though they may have a nanny. You know what I'm saying? All this different stuff.
Judge G, what do you want to add to the conversation?
So I just wanted to add in about the raising children. So my thing about it is that the Kim Kardashian is a machine. You have to feed the machine. You have to feed the machine to stay relevant, which causes endorsements, which causes them to be getting paid $250,000 for a post. Like they have to be constantly in the news. So like they know now that they're old and they've, they're kind of like walking watch projects that can't be in the certain lights. And now they're using their children. And I don't blame them.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that they're raising North to be the next big thing?
Yeah, because that's why they moved to Hulu. It was the smartest thing to move to Hulu because Hulu's underneath the Disney umbrella. And being underneath Disney means like,
You're saying they want her to act this way.
Yes, because
what?
Because they get money off of it. They're getting paid off of this. More people pay attention to them. They have to feed the machine at all cost. If they don't have a talent like Beyonce, they're not talented people.
Well,
they made their brand off of being gross, out of being vile. That's how they made their money. Like back when, remember Rob Kardashian and said that he would F Khloe on the show? He said he dated Kim Kardashian lookalike, and the way he knew it was a lookalike because she won the contest. They make money out of being weird and being in the headline.
Okay. Whoa, this is a lot. Let me think about what anybody want to respond to that? Is this all a part of their master plan?
No, I don't think they on purpose want their kid to act like that. I think North is probably a little bit, respectfully, a little bit out of control, out of line and out of pocket. Just like T.I. and Tiny got the wild card with King, they got the wild card with North. Okay.
So Michelle, you think it's all planned, right?
I think it's all about $1 because why not go out gracefully? Like let's just think about Michael Jackson, rest in peace, right? We never got to see his kids' faces. And guess what? You don't hear nothing problematic about those kids. And they were wealthy. They grew up in wealth.
Why would you want your kids to act like this?
Because it's all about the money. Like
it's money.
First of all, I think that their worth is inflated. But
I think so too.
But who would keep working? I mean, she's a 40-something-year-old mother with a preteen still showing her behind on the front of a magazine cover. I mean, I wouldn't want my child seeing that. Who would have, I mean, everything is for a storyline. Who would have their preteen daughter sitting on a man's lap driving around in a scooter car?
Oh, that's true.
So for the paparazzi
I don't think that's just for a storyline. I just think that's the way she's raising her kid. That's her thought process. She doesn't know any better herself. Because, she was raised by Kris, her mother. Like, I don't think that, she's letting somebody, like her kid, sit on this man's lap for a storyline.
I don't know, Diva. I laughed when Perry first said that Kanye trying to get the white supremacist vote. I
Right.
laughed. I thought that was the stupidest thing. And speaking of the white supremacist vote, you've dismissed Kanye. You don't want to hear nothing else, Kanye. You and a lot of people, we are done with Kanye. But there's a huge possibility that Kanye can affect the election. You never know who has the weaker mind, that, you know what I mean? It's a big possibility. I don't think we should blow Kanye off as crazy. I think he knows what he's doing, and he could affect the election. Don't you think?
I think a lot of black men still love him no matter what he's saying. And I know of them personally. And they think that, it is a conspiracy. They think that what he said is right. But will he affect those black men ain't even voting?
I don't know. I think he's a dangerous weapon, and we got to keep our eye on him. Like when Trump first ran for president, and he would say things like, "I can go in the middle of Times Square and shoot someone," I laughed. I thought, that's the craziest thing. This man will never be president, and he was. So you can't really underestimate anybody. I'm thinking. I don't know.
Well, you know what I think is going to stop Kanye West, Sharrell? He pissed off the wrong group of people. And slowly but surely, he's going to see his whole empire and everything come crashing down around him. I mean, look who interviewed him, Piers Morgan. I mean, he's problematic in and of itself. He didn't get an interview with anybody, in my opinion, that's so reputable that, people with common sense is really going to listen to. So I think that slowly, as he starts to see and feel the impact, like right now, is just beginning to happen, right? These big names are slowly coming out saying we're done with them. And as you stated, Anna Wintour, she is fashion, okay? So he wants to build this whole fashion empire. You're done. You're done.
But he might not be done in politics. Perry, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's so ridiculous. It might be a threat.
Well, I mean, basically what you're saying, no, because he's done. Kanye would never win if he ran.
That's
on
what
his
you.
own.
What?
Okay, no,
you
he won't win.
underestimate people.
No, I know. Well, I'm just saying, in my opinion,
Trump
he would never
won
win.
because
But
of
no,
Hillary.
He's not done.
Well,
he'll keep acting foolish the way he is now. He's not going to stop. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm saying his dumb plan going around saying the crazy things he says might work.
Well, I think what's going to
go ahead, Judge.
I think that what's going to happen is that he's going to divert a whole bunch of votes, and then that's how it's going to affect the election, because those votes still count,
and that's all they need is a certain
and people,
segment
and
not
he's going to say like pencil me in or something, and then those votes are going to not count. So that's the thing, is that we have to make sure everybody's paying attention and to the real players and not like this tomfoolery, or in the words of like Kim Kardashian, like circus animals. What she said it in her and when she had her butt out, that's what she said.
I don't know, maybe y'all
but
right.
Sharrell, the only reason why Trump won is because Hillary because Hillary is a woman. Because I'm gonna explain something to you. As racist as they are, that's how come I don't get white women that vote for them, because they think they should be. Those straight white men still think that those white women should still be oppressed and in the kitchen.
No.
Well, they don't care about.
You don't know if Trump won because of Hillary, because he had a whole bunch of people to support him. So I'm just thinking you can't underestimate anybody. That's what I'm thinking. Why are you laughing, Diva?
I'm laughing at that super chat.
Girl, yeah, it's gonna come for you if you don't put some respect on his name. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what there's going to be people that listen to who agree with Kanye. We can't just cut him off as crazy. This could be something that might work. Look at Perry; he ain't believing a word I'm saying.
I'm understanding. I mean, it could work. I mean, like his whole thing is to divide.
Right.
And and I get it, and it will work for some people. It will. Maybe a lot. I don't know.
Sin, what do you have to add to the conversation?
Oh Lord, who do I start with first? First of all, Kim Kardashian and her children, those kids are again a product of their parents. Um, Number one, Kim thought everything that Nora did was so cute and so all this. You know, I was an only child. I'm an only child. Okay, my mama didn't have a lot, but she taught me how to be a better person. Just because may have more than my family members, I shared with them. I didn't act like that. So it's all about, look, your mama's mama didn't teach her nothing. Now the daughter's daughter is acting a fool.
But Sin, the Kardashians are in a different world. They live a different lifestyle than me and you. They know nothing about the common life. The kids are coming out, like Diva said, she came out that way. That's all that they know. How is she going to make her child have compassion or not think it's a big deal to get I don't know, some kind of expensive purse? That's all normal to them.
Yeah, that's normal to them. But I think another thing, the problem is, you look at Kris. Look how Kris did her kids, okay? But I bet if Kanye's mama was alive, a lot of that mess with them kids wouldn't be going on like it is.
And Sharrell, you said, do you think it's for the next storyline, or is that the path that she wants her grandkids to go on? Why would they trademark all of their names if that's not what they want them to do?
But see, that's smart business though, right? I know a lot of people don't like the Kardashians, but that's smart business right there. You're building generational wealth when you're trademarking their name. They have a name. They have a name that has an impact. It makes sense.
Off of Kim's back and all these surgeries she had, her mama. And what kind of mama sit up and watch you take a sex tape and tell you to keep doing it until you get it right? Now, come on now. So all she know is to teach her kids to be, okay, keep acting a fool. I'm going to take your phone away.
Well, and the major demographic is our mothers now. They're not kids anymore. They're mothers themselves. So like in 20 years, they're probably not even going to be relevant. So as much as she's trying to hold on to the relevancy, give her a few more years. Kris, all of them, hopefully they'll sit happy with their wealth, but the fame is going to die out, and it's dying out slowly.
Right. And then I'm gonna say this, Sharrell. Do you remember when Kanye got mad because Beyonce and Jay-Z said that Noah wasn't gonna play with Blue?
Uh-huh.
Now you see why?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Everyone's calling Kim a bad mother. They're calling her a pimp. But she took them to vast amount of wealth, which when you have more wealth, you have more choices. Is she really that bad, Diva, if she's helping with the finances?
Who, the mom?
Yep.
Like Kim's mom? Listen, you may not like the way they have a blueprint. I'll put it this way, right? And although we don't like the blueprint, there's plenty of people out there that's following that same blueprint, but they just don't have that type of money. So, they're being knocked, and I'm not saying bad, good, or indifferent. I'm saying there's tons of people that do that same thing, but they just did not amass that amount of money that the Kardashians have amassed, right? And so it's smart business to make sure you build some type of generational wealth. And here's the thing with Kim. Remember, she gave this message to the female, the ladies of the world, like, we need to get up off of our butt and work, do hard work or whatever. So
she laid on her back and got hurt.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that with Noor, this is her teacher. So you're seeing she's not getting her personality from just out of the sky. She's getting it from that household that she's in. So we're seeing, and then, most psychologists, they will tell you by 5, you already developed your personality and who you're going to be in this world. So by whatever they learn from birth to the age of 5, that's what is instilled in them. That's what shows up in them. And that's who they are in the world. So although I'm not saying you can change, but it would have to be something in you that say, you know what, this ain't right. I don't want to be this person. I want to change. So she has Kanye West as a dad. I mean, respectfully.
So Perry, listen to me and try to hear me out. Is Kris Jenner and Kanye and Kim Kardashian bad parents? When they live in a different world, you're going to grow up different than most people. You instill business at them at a young age, and you raise them to take over.
Okay, look, I'll say this. It's different parts of that. They taught them how to make money, right? But they're doing a disservice by teaching them how to just be kind, polite, and a regular human. You know what I'm saying? Like the human nature kind of things. Like, and I agree with David with this stuff. I think it's learned behavior. And then I don't want to call no parent a bad parent. No parent has been perfect. I'm just saying, looking at it, I think they're so caught up in their careers that they don't focus on that. And then the things you just mentioned, they focus on trademark. They focus on money.
They focus on a belt.
Who focused on them being a normal child and behaving well? So, and every parent got this complaint. Like, I wasn't a perfect parent neither. I'm just saying, whether you're rich or poor, you got to give that time in.
Exactly.
You
and stuff.
Y'all are not answering my question. Are their children going to be raised differently because their thoughts are different and they're basically raising them to take over?
No.
What I mean?
Well, take over what?
They're raising them with an entrepreneur mindset. They are raising them with an entrepreneur mindset. Yeah. You know, you can hate Joe Jackson, you can hate Beyonce's dad, you can hate Serena and Venus' dad, but we gotta say this: without whatever they did, would those people be who they are today? They wouldn't. And so
you gotta say this though. I'm gonna stop you. Diva. They train their children to learn the difference between right and wrong and to be mannerable, you know, have some mannerism about themselves. I mean, you grew up in a household.
Right, but what I'm trying to tell you is, can I teach you
Joe
something
Jackson
I don't know
because you
myself
never heard
now?
about their kids going out there acting crazy.
But Diva, can I teach you something I don't know myself?
Can I ask you a question, Diva?
Hold on, one at a time, because we're getting a lot of echoes. And CN may have a delay somewhere. But go ahead. Let's try it again.
Hold on 1 second. I'll get right with you, Rachel. Hold on. Let's continue this. Go ahead, Michelle. What are you trying to say? Michelle, are you there?
I'm sorry. I was asking Diva, like, you know, so Joe Jackson, the Williams girls, their parents were raising them with a talent. So the entrepreneurship, what is the talent that the Kardashians are teaching their kids?
To make money. But see, here's the thing. Because I don't sing or I don't dance, does that not mean I can't teach my kid how to make that money out there and get to the top of the to the end game? So I understand that everybody hates the way they did it. They said this girl laid on her back, she did a sex tape, blah, 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 so forth and so on. I'm not in agreement with that. All I'm saying is that Kris Jenner took them from zero, pretty much, all the way to where they are today. They have built up that wealth. So if today they stop working and they're not relevant anymore, they have enough money that's going to work for itself so that their children and the great-grandchildren, and probably some after that, if they work that money correctly, would never really have to do traditional work a day in their life. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that sounds like a whole house.
Let's see what Rachel has to say. Rachel, Rachel, what do you have to add to the conversation? I can't. What do you have to add to the conversation?
It's all good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I feel that money definitely doesn't make you. I'm sorry, there's a delay. Wait a minute. I got an echo. I may have to come out and wait a minute. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
By your class.
No, exactly. My point is, again, I'm 53. My kids are now 26 and my oldest will be 30. When I tell you that they went to school with a lot of well-off children, I mean, parents who were like CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Like, it's what you teach your kids, just like some of you were saying. It's what you teach, and how, as the parent, we got to lead by example. So it doesn't mean that because you have money, that gives you a reason to be a narcissist in the making. It doesn't mean that, you got to teach those values, and that has nothing to do with the money. It just means when you have money, you can teach your kids that. Now you're teaching them to let money work for you. You're teaching them morals and values. You have the time to really have more hands-on. To me, that's what it means when you don't have to struggle. Maybe you do have a housekeeper or a nanny.
But Rachel, can you agree? Can you say anything about nice about Kris Jenner? Because she has done something that not a lot of people can accomplish.
I would say, and I follow a lot of them, so I have my pros and cons. My son lives in LA, and we go back and forth a lot. My thing is, okay, granted, I feel that as a mother, she has a business sense, but I don't like the way how she's gone about exploiting her kids, because I feel that when you exploit,
is she exploiting her kids when they never have to work another day in their life?
It's a difference where, again, it wasn't so much of them not working another day in their life, because they all work. What they do is a lot of work. I'll give them that, but it's how they're doing what they're doing, the manipulation behind what they're doing. And I feel that they misuse their platform. They're not responsible with how they're using their platform as influencers. And unfortunately, and I don't take anything away from them, because I used to like them until it started going south. And I'm an advocate for kids. So when I see that you're just doing the most and you're not even thinking about your north, your south, east, west, and whatever, you ain't even thinking about all of those different locations or geographic. You're not even thinking about them for real, for real. And to me, that's when I start pulling back, because I'm like, you're misusing your platform, and you're taking it, what could be good, you're misusing it. Yes, it's good to say, hey, it's a business move to trademark your kids' names, but it's a lot more. I watch another person's channel. I can't remember her name, but long and short, she followed the whole trademark names. And it gets a little iffy where you start taking your grandkids, who they're not just your grandkids. And as a grandmom, it's 50-50. You got paternal and maternal. So for you to just snatch it all up, that nobody else can do anything with that child's name, that's selfish. For you to say, hey, go make a sex tape and it ain't right, go do it again. Something wrong with you mentally. I'm just saying. Oh, wow. Something ain't right. As a mother, Kris Jenner, because I used to think that she was cool, but then things just started going south. Something's not right in the water. And I feel that people just get caught up with the fame and all of that kind of stuff. But to me, and I ain't going to go too deep with it, Kim Kardashian or any of the Kardashians really didn't make any noise when Kanye had the shirt on that said White Lives Matter, and you forgot about your Black kids. But I love Jews. I love them. But you decided to make some noise. All of a sudden you're pulling back. And I understand money rules, but you're just showing that that's what happens. Money rules, because now you know that those folks are like, look, we get ready to pull everything. And so they all started coming out to what work like roaches. Like, oh, no.
Can the Jews ruin Kanye?
Absolutely, they can. That's why he got on Pierce Live saying, I'm so sorry. Because again, he done screwed up. He effed up. And he knows that. Unfortunately, you really messed up now, and your money it's get ready to get dried up, because everybody's pulling their sponsorships and deals. I mean, Balenciaga, it's a wrap. And they don't care.
Apartments. Why didn't the Black people get an apology from Kanye?
Because they don't need one. Black Americans.
Go ahead.
Black Americans. I just finished making a video directed straight to Candace Owens. Okay.
Oh.
Black Americans do not understand what's really going on. That they're gonna lose. We're not. First of all, I'm glad to see that the children in the ghetto are 100% behind Kanye West. Okay. Black Lives Matter is going to be sued. Red Cross is going to be sued. Okay. These people have destroyed the ghettos of America, didn't do nothing for us. All right. So it was genius for him to wear the shirt.
True.
of white lies. That was ingenious.
Wait. What was
I don't know about that.
Hold on. What was the genius part of it, Apartments?
So you can see who lives really matter in United States of America, because it's certainly not Black lives.
And I do get where Kanye is coming from. Don't get me wrong. I do feel that he's really misunderstood, because when you listen to him on his, and it's very sad to see, just the mental illness. And I'm not.
The Black people cannot understand him. They're not on his level of thinking.
Well, that's why I said that's
I
why
can't
I
understand
said
it.
Right now, the white supremacists are using Candace Owens to try to bring him down.
Kanye is half right and half wrong. He ain't all right and he ain't all wrong. So when you listen to him speak, he's all over the place sometimes, that I feel like sometimes somebody needs to come out and shut him up.
Hold up. Perry, you what did you just say to Apartments? You are a mess.
I'm just saying, I'm one of the Black people who don't understand them. And I just truly don't. And we can say he 5 worlds away from us.
Right.
But won't we save it until we get there? Because I feel like he's out here just looking out for Kanye, want to make a statement so he can be this, I guess in your mind, Apartments, this young Black genius.
Hold on. Apartments.
Other Blacks don't see.
Hold on. Apartments, respond to Perry. Respond to Perry.
Perry, you don't got the answers. Just like he said, you ain't got the answers. Suede, you don't got the answers. You are not on his level. You don't even know where he's coming from. Do you understand? Okay, exactly. He is Gucci. He is Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, he's on some $1 billion stuff. Right.
No more. We's going to teach the Black community. We are the consumers. We the one that make this rich.
Exactly.
They don't want him to teach that your Black child could be the next million.
Exactly. That's when he's right.
But you know what though, Sharrell? Apartments, he pissed off the gateway. So how far is he really going to get? They are the gateway to getting us through that door. And so he shut that gateway is now shut down. But let me just say this, Sharrell, and then I got to go. I'm going to say this really quickly. If you look up, and this is not me making this stuff up, this is stuff you can look up yourself. If you look up every single foundation, most of the money goes to operating costs versus to the cause. Now, I want to say St. Jude's, I think the Shriners Foundation, those are some of the ones where more money, most of the money go towards the cause, but every other operation there, you look it up, and 80, 60, 70% goes to operating that foundation versus to the cause of that foundation. Now, I'm not saying with these Black Lives Matter people were right, they were dead wrong. But in hindsight, if you look into it and you think about it, the money they spent on operating cause, it was shady. But guess what? Lord every other foundation, go look it up. 90% of that money does not go to the cause.
What the ghettos of America have to do. See, marching is ineffective. All right. We have to sue the United States government for the treason and genocide against the ghettos of America. They never gave us nothing. Nothing. The Red Cross stole our money. The NAACP got to get sued too because they stole our money. You know how many 4.0s we got in the ghetto that don't get none of that college money?
Where are we going to get the money to sue?
We don't need the money. We need voices. We need to unite. We need to unite. We have a whole lot of intelligent Black children going to college.
Apartments, right? We would have to educate first because it is facts that the Red Cross,
we have to unite everybody together because right now the government of the United States is poisoning the marijuana, putting that fentanyl in it and giving the Arab brothers the license to do this marijuana. We got to stop all of that.
Apartments. Do you think? Apartments. Would you say Kanye is stealing our money too?
Hold on 1 second. Harry, do you think that the Black people don't unite as well as the Jewish people?
Definitely.
No, we don't. We're divided.
We're
definitely divided.
I truly don't think we do that well.
I came up because I've been studying the Kardashians since the time they came on. You talk about a fan of the Kardashians, that was me. So I could tell you everything about them little stealing demons. And the that they want out of a Black person is the man penis and the black people to dictate them like puppets. And all the black women that was hanging with them, I'm not going to feel sorry for Chloe because Chloe ran through all her black girlfriends.
Wait, you said all the Kardashian want is black penis.
Yes.
They don't want them for anything else. They use them for clout. They use them.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, apartment? So they're forcing these men to get in the bed with them and do what they do. Come on now.
No, they're not forcing them. They're manipulating them.
Luring them. And
yeah, they're manipulating.
So is the society. The
So all of the men that they lured is that weak-minded that they fell into the trap and they got lured in. And even after they saw other men go get lured in, they willingly signed up and went through the door too.
Because they're stupid.
Like a little boy, he was watching the Coca-Cola commercial and wanted one of them girls as a little boy. He wanted to touch that little thing.
You're saying that Kanye is a genius. This genius got lured in by Kim Kardashian. So the genius got lured in by Kim Kardashian and got sucked into her web and stayed there for years and had all these kids with lust.
Jezebel is real. Lust is real. Jezebel is real.
She made those babies, not him, okay? With lust. He's right now saying, man, what did I do to myself? My youngest child gonna wind up being in jail with a face of a mother. Come on now. He's awakening.
They don't care about black people. The Kardashians does not.
Jenner, for anybody. For anybody, especially you, black sister up there, you need to really think about you gonna praise a woman that solicit her daughters through sex and manipulation.
Absolutely not.
See, apartments, you gotta come together.
Hold on. You can tell me
you wanna educate people, but you saying that I want to praise somebody. No, what I'm doing is I'm not knocking her down just because of XYZ. That don't mean I'm praising her and I'm saying that this is how a mother should be.
All of their money came from X.
Get yourself together, apartments, and listen to what I'm saying. All I was saying is that Kris Kardashian, as a mother, the platform, the business plan that she has is a blueprint that can be utilized. But I'm not saying utilize it to put your daughter out there to have sex. Trademarking your name makes sense. Even as a blogger, even as a business owner, trademark your name. Let me tell you something. McDonald's, because somebody else bought their name before they did, McDonald's, and you can look this up, had to buy the name from the person. So yes, you should trademark your name.
It's just the principles behind it.
That business move should not be done. No, I'm not saying
it's the principle move behind it, Diva.
I'm saying the way that the Jenners and the Kardashians earned their money was through manipulation.
But you're focusing on the Jenners and the Kardashians because that's a known name. But apartment, what I'm telling you is apartment. No, what I'm telling you is apartments. If you dig in the history of a ton of people that have made money, they didn't do it in some honest, clean-cut way. You're focused on the Jenners and the Kardashians. I'm telling you, if you go back in business, honey, there's tons of people. The foundation of their business was not started off squeaky clean. So
that's why it goes back to being corrupt.
Let me say this.
A lot of people made their businesses without selling their soul. And Kris Jenner sold every one of her daughter's soul to get $1.
All right.
Exactly.
I thank you guys for your appreciation because Diva, you got to do your video. Don't be late. So I'm gonna end the video here. I appreciate you coming on apartments and speaking your piece. You too, Rachel and Sin.
You're welcome.
I always love to hear from you because we got more videos to do. So I'm so sorry I'm out of time. It was a good conversation. I wish it was
good debate.
We got other things to do, but call in again, okay, guys?
Will do. Bye.
Right.
Bye. Take care, ladies. Take care.
Bye. We got them Cowboys.
Yeah,
I wish this could have went on longer.
You tell Leroy that.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Okay. All right. I got to end it here because we all got more videos to do. I hope I'm not making you late, Diva. Please leave. Don't forget to like this button, like this video on your way out. It really helps my video. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. I'm simply out of time. Thank you to my panelists, Diva and Perry, for always speaking your mind and letting other people speak their mind too. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate it. You don't have to, but you do. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. On 3, let's say bye, guys. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.